Good morning, all of you. Today I will start with revision of work and energy. We have done already law of conservation of energy. So today revision of law of numericals based on energy, power also. We have done some numericals of power. So again some questions left that I'm going to discuss today. Now one question is here. What is the work done by the force of gravity on a satellite moving around the Earth? You have to justify it. Now, work done by the force of gravity on a satellite which is moving around the Earth will be 0. Now, you have to justify this also. When the satellite moves around the Earth, the displacement is given along the tangent at the point, right? And the centripetal force acts toward the center of the circular path along the radius. So the angle between the force and the displacement is 90 degree. Cos 90 equals to 0. So work done equals to Fs cos 90. Cos 90 equals to 0. So the whole work done will be 0. I think it is clear to you. I'm repeating again. When a satellite moves around the Earth in a circular orbit, the force, the centripetal force is acting toward the center along the radius. And the displacement is given along the tangent to that point. The angle between the two, that is force and displacement, is 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. So work done equals to, we know, F as cos 90, it will be equals to 0. Then some numericals are there. A ball is dropped from a height of 10 meter, right? If the energy of the ball reduces by 40% after striking the ground, how much height can the ball bounce back? So the ball is at the height of 10 meter from the ground. Let the mass of the ball is small m, height is 10 meter, and acceleration due to gravity is g. That is, we can take 10 meter per second square. So the potential energy of the ball will be equal to mgh, that is m into 10 into 10. It is coming 100 m. If the energy of the ball reduces by 40% after striking the ground, so the energy left with the ball will be 60% of the total energy. Total energy is 100 m, right? And the energy left with the ball is 60% of 100 m. Find it out, and then you can find the how much height can the ball bounce back. With let h dash is the height through which the ball bounces back. Then the energy with the ball, you can equate the two, you will get the answer. Now come to the solution. Number 1, see here, the ball is at the height of 10 meter. Let the mass of the ball is small m. So potential energy equals to mgh. M is the mass, g is 10 here, h is 10 here. So the potential energy at the height h is 100 m and unit will be joule. Now energy left with the ball when it strikes the ground, what will happen? Its energy reduces by 40%. So energy left with the ball after striking the ground is 60% of the total energy. Total energy is 100 m. Here m will be there. Write it down, m here. So 100 will get cancelled. What is left? 60 m. And J is the SI unit of energy. With this energy, let the ball bounces back to the height h dash. Right? So mg h dash will be equal to the energy left with the ball, that is 60 m. M will get cancelled as it is on both the sides. G we know it is 10. H dash equals to 60 by G, that is 60 by 10, and you are getting 6 meter. The ball bounced back through a height of 6 meter. Next one. If an electrical iron of 1200 watt is used for 30 minutes every day, find electric energy consumed in the month of April. What is the power of the electric iron given? It is 1200 watt. It is used for 30 minutes. 30 minutes means convert it into hour. 30 by 60, you are getting 1 by 2 hour, right? So energy, electrical energy consumed will be equals to power into time. Power is 1200 and time is 1 by 2 hour. So you are getting 600 watt hour. And then you just multiply with the number of days in the month of April. Come to the solution. See here, power is 1200, time is 1 by 2 hour. Energy equals to power into time, and here power is 1200 and time is 1 by 2. And in the month of April, number of days is 30. So total time is 1 by 2 into 30. Multiply 600 with 30, you are getting 18,000 watt hour. 18,000 watt hour will be equal to 18 watt hour, kilowatt hour, sorry, 18 kilowatt hour. Now number 3, a girl having mass of 35 kg sits on a trolley. Mass of the girl is given 65 kg. She sits on a trolley of mass 5 kg. Mass of the trolley is 5 kg. So total mass is 35 plus 5, mass of the girl plus mass of the trolley. The trolley is given an initial velocity of 4 meter per second by applying a force. Initial velocity of the trolley is 4 meter per second. The trolley comes to rest after traveling a distance of 16 meter. So S is 16 meter, final velocity is 0. You are asked to find out how much work is done on the trolley and how much work is done by the girl. Two questions are there. Work done by the trolley, and second is how much work done by the girl. Come to the solution. Number 3, mass of the girl, it is 35 kg. Mass of the trolley, it is 5 kg. So total mass is mass of the girl plus mass of the trolley, that is 40 kg. Initial velocity is 4 meter per second. Final velocity is 0. And the distance covered is 16 meter. We know work done equals to force into displacement, and force equals to mass into acceleration into displacement. Using third equation of motion, we can find out acceleration. V square minus U square equals to 2as. V is 0, U is 4, right? This is equals to 2as. S is here 16, right? V is 0, U is 4, 2as. S is 16 meter. So acceleration will be equals to minus 4 square by 2 into 16. This is equals to minus 4 into 4 by 2 into 16. Now 4 to 16, you can cut the denominator with the numerator. Here 4 and here in denominator it is 16. So 4 to 16, and with 4 this will also get cut. 4 1 to 4. So now you are getting minus 1 by 2. Work done here is minus 1 by 2, right? And work done, so W equals to, acceleration is coming minus 1 by 2. Now work done equals to M into A into S. M is 40, A is minus 1 by 2, S is 16. So 2, 8 to 16 and 8 into 40. You are getting minus sign is here, so write down minus here, and 8 4 is 32, so 320 minus 320 joule. Now B, work done by the girl. Since the girl is not changing her place, so the work done by her will be 0. I think it is clear to you. Now come to next numerical. Compare the power at each of the following in moving upward against the gravity. You have to find out power. A is a butterfly of mass 1 gram that flies upward at the rate of 0.5 meter per second. And B is a 250-gram squirrel climbing the tree at the rate of 0.5 meter per second. You have to compare the power in each case. Now come to the solution. Here mass of the butterfly is given 1 gram that flies upward at the rate of 0.5 meter per second. Velocity is given 0.5, mass is given 1 gram. You are asked to find out power. Come to the solution. This one, 5. 4 we have done. It is 5. So mass of the butterfly is 1 gram. You can convert it into kg, 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg. Velocity is given 0.5 meter per second, right? So you are asked to find out power of the butterfly. You will multiply mg into mg is force into velocity. You will get the power. Force into velocity is the power. Force is m into g and into velocity v. Mass is 10 to the power minus 3, g is 10, and velocity is 5 by 10. So 10 will get cancelled. You are getting 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 watt. B is mass of the squirrel is given 250 gram, convert it into kg, 250 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg. Velocity is 0.5 meter per second, same velocity. Now power of the squirrel will be force into velocity. Force here is m into g into v. So this is equal to mass is given 250, g 250 into 10 to the power minus 3, g is 10, and velocity is 0.5, that is 5 by 10. 10 will get cancelled. What is left? 1250, 1250 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is equals to 1.25 watt. Compare the power of the two, you will find that power of squirrel is more than power of butterfly. Number 6. I think number 4 we have not done, so I have left it. How many kg will a man working at the power of 100 watt be able to lift at constant speed of 1 meter per second vertically? Here what is asked, how many kg will a man? So mass is asked, power is given 100 watt, and the speed is given 1 meter per second vertically. V is 1 meter per second. You are asked to find out mass. We know power equals to force into velocity. Come to the solution. Here force will be m into g, right? Power is 100 watt. Mass you are asked to find it out. V is 1 meter per second. Power equals to V force into velocity. Force is m into g into velocity. Substitute the value. M you want to find it out, leave it here, and g and v will go below the power. So m equals to p by gv. Substitute the value. Power is 100, g is 10, and velocity is 1. So 1 0 will get cancelled. What is left? 10 kg. Now come to number 6. A 150 kg car engine develops 500 watt for each kg. What force does it exert in moving a car at a speed of 20 meter per second? Here mass of the engine is given 150 kg. Power is given 500 watt. right? For each kg. For 1 kg, it is 500 watts. So you have to multiply with 150. What force does it exert in moving the car at the speed of 20 meter per second? V is given 20 meter per second. Total power will be 500 into 150, and you are asked to find out force. We know power equals to force into velocity. With this formula, we can find it out. Now come to number 6 solution. Mass is 150 kg, power is 500 watt each per kg. So total power equals to 150 into 500, that is coming 75,000 watt. What will be the force? You want to find it out. Velocity is given 20 meter per second. We know power equals to force into velocity. And here in this question, we want to find out force. So force equals to power by velocity. Power is 75,000. 75, 1 second, 30 will be there. So you are getting here 75,000, 10, you just put it here, 75,000, and you can directly write 75,000 and divide it by velocity, that is 20. Here what is being done? It is 150 into 500 is taken. So instead of this, you can write 75,000 directly and divide it by 20. Cancel it, simplify it, you will get 3,750 Newton. Now come to number 7. The power of a motor pump is 2 kilowatt, right? How much water per minute the pump can raise to a height of 10 meter? I'm repeating again, the power of a motor pump is 2 kilowatt. P is given 2 kilowatt, that is 2000 watt. How much water per minute the pump can raise to a height of 10 meter? Here height is given 10 meter. You are asked to find out how much water, means mass of the water that can be raised per minute. Come to the solution number 7. See here, power is given 2 kilowatt, that is 2000 watt. Mass is asked, mass of the water that can be raised. So mass is asked, height is 10 meter. We know power equals to, what you can write? Power equals to work by time. So work is mgh by time. Per minute is written, so divided by 60, right? From here you can find out mass. Mass equals to power into 60 by gh, right? Substitute the value. 60, we will write it down. Power is 2 into 10 to the power 3. G is 10 and H is 10. So 1, 2, 5 to 10, and this 0 and this 0 will get cancelled. What is left? 6 by 5 into 10 to the power 3. That is 1.2 into 10 to the power 3 kg. Then come to number 8. A lift is designed to carry a load of 4,000 kg, right? Again, I'm repeating it. A lift is designed to carry a load of 4,000 kg, means mass is given 4,000, through 10 floor of a building, averaging 6 meter per floor in 10 seconds. Time is given 10 seconds. Number of floor is 10, and the distance is, you can say height of each floor is 6 meter. So calculate the power of the lift. Power equals to work by time, we know, and work we can find it out by using mgh right here. So m is given here, g we know, and height we can find it out, 10 into 60 divided by time, that is 10. You will get the answer. Come to the solution number 8. See here, mass is 4,000 kg. Distance covered, that is height here, is 10 into 6, that is 60 meter. Time is 10 second, power equals to mgh by t. M is what is given? 4000. G is 10 and distance covered is 60 meter. Divided by time, 10 second. So 10 will get cancelled. What is left? 6 4 is 24 into 10 to the power 4. That is 2.4 into 10 to the power 5 watt. Number 9. Number 9 is water is pumped out of a well 10 meter deep by mean of a pump rated at 10 kilowatt. So here mass, water is pumped out of a well 10 meter deep. That is height is given 10 meter with the help of a pump whose power is 10 kilowatt, means 10,000 watt. Find the efficiency of the motor if 4,200 kg of water is pumped out every minute. You are asked to find out efficiency of motor. If it is given 4,200 kg of water is pumped out every minute. Now come to the solution, number 9. See here, height is given 10 meter, power is 10 kilowatt, that is 10,000 watt. Efficiency, you are asked to find it out. Mass is given 4,200 kg and time it can be, it is given time where it is given 60 second. Efficiency we know, output by input. Power equals to mgh by t. Mass is given 4,200, right? G is given, G we know that is 10, and height it is given here, distance covered, that is h is 10 meter. So it will be 10 here, and in the denominator time is given 60. So divided by 60, 1 0 is there. So numerator and denominator we can cancel this 0. 6 700, 6 7 are 42 and 2 zeros are there. So now you are getting 7,700 into 10, that is 7,000 watt. It can be written as 7 kilowatt. Thank you. Have a nice day. The whole chapter get completed. Thank you. Have a nice day.